Welcome to the Awaken to Empower podcast, the show for heart-centered entrepreneurs who wish to fully step into their power and make a bigger impact in this world. If you're ready to awaken to and embrace who you are and step into your purpose so you too can manifest the business and life that you desire, then you have come to the right place. I'm your host, Kate Sanders, Transformation Success Coach and Akashic Record Guide, here to support amazing entrepreneurs like you on their journey of awakening to who they are, of stepping into their power as they start living their life on purpose, of making the impact that they are here to make, and creating a successful and thriving business that is in complete alignment with who they are. Now allow me to be your guide that shines light onto the path that is in front of you, so you too can move forward, empowered and confident as you make the difference that you are here to make. Are you ready for that? Hey there, welcome back to another episode of the Awaken to Empower podcast. Super excited you're here again. Now, in this episode, I thought, let's talk a little bit about something that, is a really great match with the full moon that just happened yesterday. And full moons, and I don't know if you know about that, I'm pretty sure you do, but full moons is all about letting go, resetting, and, setting new intentions and whatnot. So the topic for today that I really want to talk about is how to really let go of the past so you can start being in the here and now, really embracing the present moment and embracing the here and now. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about how does your past really affect you in your business? How can you really determine, what experiences maybe are ready to be let go of, and also how to really let go of, your past so you can really step into your power and embrace the here and now. And I do have actually a message from the beings of light as well, especially right now with this whole full moon and also the topic about letting go. The beings want me to share a powerful message with you as well in this episode. So let's start with how can your past really affect you today? So your past can really affect you in many areas of your life, basically in every area of your life, but especially in your business, it can really affect you financially. It can affect your overall success and also how much you put yourself out there, or even how you don't put yourself out there. It really can affect you in so many different ways that can make it really, really hard for you to become successful, to create that successful and thriving business that you want to create and that you're meant to create, that you can create. So it's really those past things. It can be from past experiences that you have learned, past failures, past challenges, any disappointments that you've had, even the things that you have learned as well. All of those things can really hold you back and affect your level of success. Now, I did actually do an episode also on how to deal with setbacks, so that you can go back to that and listen to that as I go a little bit more deeper into how do you really deal with those setbacks? How do you deal with past failures and whatnot? But all of those past things, the things that really happen in our life, and especially, if you've been in business for a little while, you've probably already experienced some not so pleasant experiences. Maybe you've done a project and it totally blew up in your face and it didn't go as planned, or maybe you have invested in programs and coaches in whatever, right? And it didn't really work so well. So you may feel hesitant to really move forward, and all of those past experiences, those setbacks, those disappointments can really keep you stuck in that past, unable to really embrace the here and now and move forward. Because all of your past experiences, they really shaped you. They made you who you are. You developed a certain set of beliefs because of those setbacks, those challenges, those disappointments, the things that you have learned, right? And it also affects how you see yourself and also how you show up in your business and on a daily basis. Now, for example, I'm going to share with you, when I first started out as a coach, I was doing a lot of sales calls because that's what one of my coaches taught me. Call people, have a script. I had a script and I had these conversations. And I remember one person who he could pick up that I was reading the script, right? I was really early on, and I didn't really know how to have the sales conversations and whatnot. And so I was following the script. I was really following his style of doing these calls. And I just started talking, and this guy was like, "Are you reading a script? Are you reading a script? Seriously, you're calling me and reading a script?" And I freaked out so badly. I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" And I just hung up. But you see, this experience stayed with me for a very long time. So as I really started, wanting to grow my business and start doing my meet and greet conversation, reaching out to people online on LinkedIn and whatnot, asking for those conversations. Initially, I had a lot of fear, like, oh my God, what if they do that too? I mean, of course, I didn't follow a script at that point, but that past experience really stuck with me for a very long time. So you may have experienced that as well. You may have experienced some past challenges, past disappointments that really are sticking with you right now. But in order to really move forward, you got to let that go. And if you don't let go of those things that happened in the past, the disappointments, the challenges, and it doesn't have to be just from the things you experience in your business. It can also be from things as you were growing up. So let's say you were a child and you were standing up in school and you were reading your essay or talking about your essay, and you made a mistake and everyone was laughing at you. That experience can then hold you back today from actually putting yourself out there, from really becoming visible. These past experiences don't just have to be from what you've experienced in your business up until this point, but it can really be from everything as you were growing up. And usually the things that have happened to us, the things that we have experienced, and even the things we have experienced through other people or things that we have been told can really show up as we're trying to grow our business. So as you're trying to grow your business, you may have things that are coming up for you as well that you have learned, from early on. So what happens if you don't let go of the past? Well, it's very simple actually. If you don't uncover those deep-rooted challenges, beliefs, and things from the past, it can really show up and you continue to struggle. You are trying to create a program, you're trying to create a launch or whatever it is that you're doing, but let's say you're having some negative thoughts about that will show up in the project not going so well. Your business won't grow as effortlessly, and you won't be able to make that impact that you're here to make. So your past experiences, if they still have a negative hold on you, if they still have negative energy around these or negative beliefs around these, it's going to show up in your business. It's really going to hold you back from really embracing who you are, from really putting yourself out there and going after the success that you want to create. So it's really important that you really look closer and what is ready to be let go of. Which brings me to the next point, like how can you really determine what of those past experiences are really affecting you, which ones are holding you back, and also which ones are ready to be let go of. So what you want to do is you want to pay attention to any patterns, any reoccurring situations, even how you react to things, your behavior. So really the key is you want to pay attention. That is the most important thing. You want to look at those setbacks, those challenges, any difficulties that you have encountered. Look at them closer, but stay detached. So don't judge yourself or beat yourself up for what happened and you could have done it better. That's not what I'm talking about. But you want to look a little closer and then allow yourself to see the gift. And I get that. You may think, oh my God, Kay, why? There's no gift in this challenge. I mean, it was horrible. But the thing is, everything holds a gift. Every situation holds a gift. Now, in a previous episode, I talked to you about this job that I had applied for, this coaching job, which I really, really wanted. And I was like really so in tune with that. I was trying to manifest and I didn't get it. Well, I could have really looked at it like, oh my God, I'm such a failure. I can't do this. And this is so horrible. I really wanted it. I'm never going to make this. I could have gone that route. But instead, I really took a step back and I looked at it and I discovered a gift. And it was a very valuable lesson that I needed to learn. So if you want to hear the story, just go back to, I think it was in the Manifesting Power episode that I talk about that. But you see, everything, every challenge, every setback, any so-called failures or whatnot holds a gift. And you just need to allow yourself to see that gift. When me getting hurt earlier this year, I could have seen it as total setback or whatnot, but instead, I really looked at, okay, what are the gifts here? Yes, it was a difficult challenge, but each challenge, no matter how difficult or heartbreaking or frustrating and challenging they are, they all hold a valuable gift, a valuable lesson that you were meant to learn. Because I really believe that everything happens for a reason. Even if we don't really see the reason right there in the moment, there is a reason for that. It is for us to either be redirected into the direction that we're meant to go into, kind of like course correct, or give us the smack in the head. I mean, there were times when I was very resistant to really bringing all of me into the mix. And I'm telling you, the universe has a funny way of letting you know if you're misaligned, because I still got the bumps on my head, right? So when you allow yourself to really see the gift within each challenge, within each setback, you will be amazed what you will uncover. And then also, when you get to the point where you're really at a point that you can see the lesson, you can see the gift, when you really notice that, it just means that now you're ready to let that go. So when you are not seeing the gift, when you're not seeing the lesson, the valuable gift that this challenge had for you, that means that maybe you're just too resistant to really seeing that and you're not ready to let that go. But when you get to the point that you're like, you know what, even though this challenge was horrible, I just learned this massive gift, this massive lesson. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for this. That means that now you are ready to shift. You're ready to let that story go. Now, I have a story for you real quick. It's about one of my clients. She is very spiritual, and she had a challenge with a lady that didn't understand what she was doing. And she actually called her out. She was actually talking to an animal. One of her gifts is she talks to animals. So she was talking to an animal, and the lady didn't understand what she was doing. So she was really yelling at her, fussing at her. And my client was really upset about that. And the thing is, at that moment, she didn't understand why that happened, right? So as we're working through this, we really discovered that she needed to overcome this because she wants to create retreats. She wants to do events. And you see, the thing is, if you are like my client, if you are into the spiritual, even whatever it is that you're doing, let's say you're not into the spiritual, whatever it is that you're doing, let's say whatever you're doing is a little unique. You got to stand in your power. You got to learn how to really embody all of who you are, to be proud of all of your gifts, no matter how weird they may seem for other people. But you got to own it. You got to embrace it. You got to really be proud of who you are. So for my client, that was one of the things that she needed to learn, to really stand in her power, to really own her gifts and be proud of that. Because if she would have had done an event and wouldn't have learned this lesson before she had the event, and someone would have come up to her at that event like, what you're doing is weird, why would you do that? It would have probably really knocked her off her feet. So you see, my client had to learn this before she goes out there and does these events. So you may want to think about yourself as well. Where are you maybe not embracing all of who you are? And then, as it is moving forward, what is it that you want to do? And then you may need to learn certain lessons. So you may want to look back at the lessons that you had to learn, things that has come up for you that really upset you, that really pissed you off, or you got you scared, or whatever else, right? That really caused intense emotions. Think back at that and then ask yourself, what is the gift here? Maybe you too need to learn how to stand in your power. So when you move forward in doing what you really want to do, you know how to handle a situation if it would come up again. So you see, those things that we experience, even though in that moment it's like really heartbreaking, it hurts so bad that how can people not understand who you are, or they call you out or whatnot, or whatever it is that you're experiencing. In the moment, you may not see it, but take a step back and then look at it a little bit closer, but from a detached kind of a perspective, and allow yourself to see the gift. I'm telling you, you will be amazed what can come up. And like I said, when you're at the point that you're actually realizing it, that's when it's ready to be let go of. And then what you may also want to do is take a little deep dive into your past. Think about some of the experiences, the challenges and disappointments that you had. And then what you want to do is you want to dig up the emotion behind it. So not so much the story. What you want to do is like the emotion. the experience of being in that situation, what did that bring up for you? So like I said, the story itself doesn't really matter so much. It's really the emotions that are attached to the story, to the experience. That is really what matters most. So for example, you've worked on a project in the past, let's say you did a launch or whatnot, or you try to fill your brand new program and you were really excited about it, but then all of a sudden it didn't go so well. Maybe people didn't sign up for it, or it wasn't enough people that signed up for it, or it was really like a total failure, total flop, total failure or whatnot. Tune into that. What feeling are you experiencing? What emotion is coming up? Maybe you have the feeling of total failure, like maybe a lot of doubt is coming up, maybe disappointed in yourself, maybe you even feel rejected, whatever it is. Or let's say you had someone told you no, like going back to the story what I shared with you earlier when I did sales calls and this guy was like, are you reading this? Are you reading a script? At that, maybe you've had something similar. Tune into that experience and think about like, what emotion does that bring up in you? Maybe you felt hurt, rejected, unlovable, alone, like no, like maybe you feel like a nobody, like you don't matter or whatnot. Think about what is that emotion that this experience brings up in you. And then really take a step back, detach from the story, detach from the experience, but allow yourself to see the gift in that situation. And then be thankful for the lesson. If you get to the point where you realize what that deep lesson was, that gift within that, be thankful for that. Be thankful for that lesson. And then let's talk a little bit more about like how can you then really heal that and let that go? Because once you know what the lesson is, once you know what's going on and you have that emotion, you have uncovered that emotion, then you want to let it go so you won't keep dragging it with you. So what you can do is, to really heal and let go is you want to let the emotion and the feeling come up. Like, not reject it, not try to analyze it or whatnot, but really just feel it. Feel the feeling, feel the emotion, but stay unattached. And don't try to, like I said, decipher it. Don't judge yourself or don't resist the feeling either. Don't try to push it aside or whatnot. You want to really let it come up, let it feel it, let it come up for you. And as the feeling comes up, feel it, but stay unattached. And then when you feel ready, you can decide to let it go. And then just let it flow through you and out of you. So don't push it down again. Don't push it into the box, but just let it come up, let it flow through and out of you. And then you can do certain things from, you can do a write and burn exercise where you just write everything down, write all the emotions down, the feelings, the pain, the agony, the how pissed off you were, or whatever, just vent, just put it all on paper and then burn it. And as you're burning it, really set the clear intention that now I'm letting it go. It's done. It's over. I'm done with this. I'm drawing the line and just let it go. Some other things that you can do is EFT, emotional freedom technique, really tapping the stuff out. You can do energy healing. You can imagine putting all that negative stuff into like a balloon and you're releasing it into the light, into heaven, into wherever, or turning it over to your guides, whatever you want to do, but just letting it go. And if you want some deeper help, you can also reach out to me for a light language healing and activation session. I would love to help you really uncover like what is the deep rooted emotion and the pains and whatnot, and really let that go, really helping you really let that go. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put the link below so you can reach out to me. But then what you want to do is, because that's one of the things that I really realized is the most important thing is once you have let go of the things that are no longer serving you, like those past emotions or whatnot, you got to replace them with something positive. So you want to choose the new feelings that you want to feel instead. So you want to replace the negative with something else, because if you're just taking out all the just healing and letting go, then there's a void. And you got to fill that void with something better, the positive, right? What you want to have instead. So what you can do is you can take a paper and you draw a line through the middle of the paper. On one side, you put all the old feelings that you don't want to feel no more, that you're ready to let go of. And on the other side, you put the new feelings. Then what you want to do is take the new feelings and create powerful I am statements and powerful positive affirmations. And then what you can do for that is for each one that you wrote down, really tune into that And you want to close your eyes and tune into those I am statements, those positive affirmations, and you want to feel it. You want to sense it. You want to see it. You want to really embody it. Because when you can see it, when you're at the point you're feeling it, you're really seeing how you want your life to unfold, you're really in it, you're experiencing, you're visualizing that. Then you want to turn it over, you want to surrender, and you want to tune into gratitude. Because one thing, and that's one thing that I just learned because I'm going through Joe Dispenza's training right now. And one of the things that I learned is really your thoughts create, but the feeling of gratitude is really what brings it in. So it's so powerful. So if you can really go tap into your really visualizing what is that you want, really feeling that good emotion of like, now that you let go of all the gunk, the stuff that you don't want more, and you're really tuning into what is it that you want instead, and you're really allowing yourself to really get emotional about it, really feeling the feeling about it, and then pushing it out, surrendering it, turning it over to your guides, the universe, God, whatever, whoever you're believing in, but that higher power. But I really tap into the feeling of gratitude, that it's already there, that it's coming, that it's on its way, that's already there, that's just in your reach. That's what really brings it in. And then how can you really embrace the here now? Because one thing that always going to happen is that your mind is like 99% of its time is in the past, thinking about what happened earlier, or worrying even about the past, about the things that are going to happen maybe in the future, whatnot. So it's always either in the past or the future. So it's never really in the here and now. So, and what you want to do is, because you can't change the past, you can just let it go, right? That's the only thing you can do with the past. Let it go, shift your awareness, shift your beliefs around, and then you can't really affect the future other than by how you show up in the now. The way you show up right now in this present moment will then affect your future. If you worry about the future, I mean, it can change within an instant, right? So why worry about the future? But the thing is, we always do that. We worry about the future. We're contemplating about the past, and we're just always just like in both sides, but never really in the here and now. And what you want to do is, because your monkey mind is going to run the show. Your monkey mind is going to keep you distracted from really embracing the here and now. So what you can do to really be more present, be more in the now, is become aware when you're negative, when you're having negative thoughts, when your mind is not where it's supposed to be, which is in the present moment. And then you can really take a step back, and you can realize that, okay, I think I'm a little misaligned here. I think I'm not present. But do it from a not judgmental point of view. Because also you may notice that you're working on a project and it doesn't feel right. It feels like you're pushing too hard. You're trying to make stuff happen. At that point, just take a step back. Notice that you're misaligned, and then choose to let it go, surrender, and then really focus on the here and now. And what you can do with that is to really stay present in the here and now. Just focus on your breathing, because your breath is always there. So if you can focus on your breathing, like breathing in and out, then you're so focused on the breath that you don't think about the past or the future. And then at that point, when you really feel centered, you feel like, okay, I think I'm present now. I'm here and now. I'm right here. Then you want to tune into those positive new statements that you wrote down, your I am statements, the positive affirmations, and really tune into the feeling, the good feelings. Think about the things you want to have instead. How do you want your life to unfold? Really visualize it. Tap into the feeling of it. Tap into the feeling of gratitude, and really tap into those good feelings. That's what can really help you then really anchor the new into the present now, and really embrace the here and now. And then when negative things do come up, they usually come up for a reason. And what you want to do is like pay attention to that, and then decide that, okay, maybe it's time to let that go. Maybe this is no longer serving me no more. So now I might choose to let that go. Release it and let it go, and then choose again. But then choose in alignment with your future vision, with the things that you want to achieve, the things you want to experience, even your I am statements. If you know that you're feeling misaligned right now, let's say you're pushing and grinding and you're in fear mode and you're worried and you're trying to get clients, you're trying to figure out how to pay your bills or whatnot, you can probably imagine that this is quite misaligned, right? Because in your future, you do not worry about money. You do not worry about where your new client is going to come from. So in that point, decide to release it, to let it go, because all your worrying is not going to help you create that future, right? Because you want to become that future vision of yourself by being that right now. So if your future self wouldn't worry about money because your future self knows that there's abundance there, that you have enough clients, that the money is there to pay all your bills, then why would you in the now worry about something that you wouldn't worry about later in the future, right? So you really want to align yourself with your future self by being your future self right here and now, right? Embodying that. And that's how you become it. Okay. So now, like I mentioned, yesterday was the full moon. And one of the things that I really love to do is take some time and think about all the things that I'm ready to let go of. What are the things that are misaligned to my vision, to what I want to create moving forward, what I want to experience? And I really do some write and burn, really writing out all the things that I'm done with, that I don't want to experience no more. One of the things I really like to do is just write the stuff down that I'm ready to let go of. I reassess, okay, what do I want instead? And set clear intentions. And what I would like to do is I want to share a powerful message with you from the beings of light that can maybe also make a little bit more sense, because I know a lot has been going on this year. So many people were challenged. I myself as well. If you heard me talking about in previous episodes about what has happened to me this year with getting hurt and recovering, and really not being able to grow my business for a while and not having the money. I mean, it was a big year for me, very, very challenging. And I know for a lot of other people, they experienced the same. And as we're moving into 2020, a lot of amazing things are happening. And now in November is an amazing month. And I don't know about you, but I'm loving this month so far, right? So let me share this message from the beings of light with you. And then, like I said, maybe I will shed some light on what has been going on in your life and what you can expect moving forward. Okay, so let me read this to you. In order to embrace the truth of who you are, you must release the layers of illusions you have been living by. Allow yourself to look closer, to reveal what has been hidden, but also very visible. Notice the lies you have been living by. The lies from your past that had you believe that you are limited, flawed, or anything other than divine. Once you uncover the truth of your beingness, see the truth beyond the limitations you believe to be of truth, you will quickly realize that it all has been a distraction from uncovering the truth of who you are, of how beautiful and divine being that you are. Now is the time for you to choose how you wish to proceed. Do you wish to stay in the shadows of the limitations? Or do you wish to step out into the light of seeing things for how they truly are, for all the lies you had believed to be of truth, and allow yourself to discover and reconnect with the truth of your divine beingness? You now have the power to step out of the shadows. You always had this power. But now you're being made aware that the time has come for you to embrace your truth rather than resist it. All that has transpired this year up until this point has been to prepare you for your next steps, to prepare you for the truth of who you are and the truth of the path in front of you. You may now open your eyes, see your beautiful path as it is unfolding, and allow yourself to embrace what is to come next. Do not resist, as when you resist, you will only cause yourself more discomfort. We are here to tell you that you are ready. You are ready to embrace your next steps, your path in this life. And you are here to brighten the light in this world with your work and even with your simple beingness. Share a smile today and every day thereafter, as your smile will not only brighten your day, but the day of everyone you gift the smile to. Open your arms for the vastness that is asking to come to you. Welcome to opportunities, the gifts life is aching to give to you. Release the densities of the past in order to make room for the new, the good things that are just waiting for you to welcome it into your life. You are ready. You are divine. Step into this truth and start shining your light ever so brightly. The world is waiting for you to uncover the truth of who you are, which is nothing other than divine. What a beautiful message, right? So as you can see, even the beings of light share with you that, it's time. It's really time for you to uncover who you really are. Who is that you that has been hidden beneath all the layers of illusions, lies, challenges, and all of those different things. So now it's really time for you to dig deeper into what has been holding you back and what is ready to be released. So I would like to invite you to really take a little deep dive into those past challenges, those past disappointments, and allow yourself to uncover what are those valuable lessons. Think back of the story I shared about my client. She had to learn to really stand in her power. So when she goes out there and does these events, she won't be knocked down again. Even with myself, this year, going through the pain, going through the recovery of my back injury or whatnot, it was painful, but it was also the biggest, deepest, most transformational growth I have ever experienced. So yes, was it painful? Yes, in so many ways, not just physically, but also mentally, emotionally. I was drained. I was overwhelmed. I was scared. I did not know how to continue moving on. But instead of focusing on the pain, the challenges, the despair, the lack, all of these things, not knowing if I'm going to keep my home or if I'm going to lose everything that I have because I couldn't work. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to move at that time if I would have lost my house. But thankfully I did not. I mean, the universe was really taking care of me. But the thing is, you can look at all of those things from the side of, well, I'm screwed, I don't have the money, I don't have clients, nothing is going so well. Or you can really look a little closer that these lessons, these things that you're experiencing are meant to help you grow. And I know for me, even though this year has been so tremendously challenging, and I'm glad when it's almost over, and I'm thankful that I'm finally recovering and I can sit back in my office again, I can walk without crutches, and I don't need no more pain meds, whatnot. But I am so deeply grateful for everything that I have learned this year because I opened myself up to seeing the gifts in the lessons that I needed to learn, these deep, challenging times that really almost broke me, but it only made me stronger. So I would like to invite you to look at your life and allow yourself to see the gifts in each and every one of those challenges that you have experienced, and allow yourself to see how much they have helped you to grow and to be led on your path, or maybe even redirected. And maybe you have gone through really tough times because you were being pushed to awaken, to find out who you are. As the guys shared, it's about, uncovering the truth of who you are. So allow yourself to kind of look a little closer. Who are you? Who are you really beneath the layers of challenges, past experiences, and all of that? And really allow yourself to step into that. Embrace it. Embrace the here and now. Let go of the past and know that you're always guided. You're always protected. Everything is just the way it's supposed to be. And then, now with the full moon, it's still, the powerful energy is still happening. So even today is the day after the full moon. You can still tune into the energy and really let go of whatever is ready to be let go of, and then set new and clear intentions. Set powerful intentions or empowering intentions of what you want to do moving forward, how you want to feel moving forward, what you want to experience moving forward, and then just let it go. Turn it over to the higher power, surrender, and know that everything will work out just as it is meant to be. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. I mean, like I said, if you need some help in discovering what needs to be let go of, what are some of the blocks that you're experiencing, and really help you release that and let go of it, you may want to consider a light language healing and activation session with me, where we can really dig a little deeper into what's going on and really releasing it on a cellular level. So I put the link below feel free to check it out and then schedule a session with me if you would like my help. But other than that, I mean, I hope this episode today was really of benefit to you, really helpful to you to look a little closer of what's been going on, allow yourself to really see the gifts and all of the challenges, all the difficulties and whatnot that you've experienced. And like I said, I'm super grateful that you're here. If you like that, please feel free to share it with someone that you can think of that may need to hear these words. But I will talk to you again in the next episode. Until then, make an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Now, if you enjoyed what you have heard, please be sure to leave a review on iTunes and also follow the show on your favorite listening platform just to make sure that you won't miss any upcoming episodes. And also, if you would like some extra motivation, guidance, or support to help you step into your power and finally manifest the amazing business and life that your heart desires, or if you would like to just get more information about this podcast, then visit me at ksanders.com and also feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or even Instagram. Now, I appreciate you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have an amazingly abundant and successful day.